Okay, so this is NewYorkSteelo coming at you on this Saturday afternoon with an update. I believe this is update number 4, if I'm not mistaken, on my brand new 30-gallon system with the new Aquatic Life T5 fixture. And major changes already, as you can see. I'm really excited about it, you know. When I first set up the system, all I did was hear it from my girl, and she complained, and I don't know why you women do that all the time and continuously until you find out that we're right, us men. Don't get mad at me for saying that, but my girl, when she got home like 15 minutes ago, she's like, oh wow, after all she did was complain about the system. But let's talk about the changes that I've done. If you recall from the previous update, I only had like one big piece of live rock, which was this one here, and I had a few smaller pieces here and there and stuff like that that I took out of the sump. Now I've added 3 large pieces. You got this one here. This is one large piece that came from my 90-gallon system. This is another large piece, and of course the one that was there before. Now this large piece in the center already had these red mushrooms there. This camera just does not capture how brilliant and bright the color is of these corals with these new T5 lights. It just doesn't do it. Once the blue kicks in, you know, with this Sony CyberShot camera, this is the older model, it just doesn't capture it as well. But you get the idea. I've also moved a lot of the corals from the 90-gallon system. Now, you can see here is the toadstool, the leather. A lot of these corals haven't opened up yet because I just finished doing this. So I will be doing an update, if not tonight, because I believe these corals are really going to open up sometime tonight. But if I'll probably do it in about 2 days. So when the corals really open up, this little sucker here, this pom-pom xenia, was really closed, and when I finished, it's already starting to open up. So I've added the toadstool that was on my 90-gallon. I've added a piece of the red Montipora capricornis. I really want to find out how well these T5 lights you know, handle SPSs, and I'm not really going to go into some really high-end SPSs until I see if these T5 lights are capable of holding the color of this red Montipora capricornis. If I see that it starts turning brown, it's going back to the 90-gallon, and I'm really going to start doubting the T5s. So the anemone is here still. The clown still hasn't touched it, but Nike is doing really well. The white pom-pom xenias, of course. The red mushrooms now are on this tank. I've also added my potato coral. This is the Christmas tree rock. I expect all the worms to pop out even more because now there aren't many fishes at all. There's only one fish in the system, and there aren't fishes that are going to bother it as much because this coral really like to open up during the night hours. But I expect it to really open up in this tank. You know, it won't be bothered. Aside from that potato coral, I took, you know, these zoanthids from the 90-gallon, and I noticed that a lot of these zoanthids had spread already to the rock on the 90-gallon tank. So I just yanked out this big piece, and I really like the colors that are coming out of these watermelons. It just doesn't capture it well, and a lot of these zoanthids are really going to start opening up later on. I've also got the yellow scroll coral. Let's see how well he does. If he starts to turn a little brown, I'm gonna give it some time. You know, even if they're acclimating to this light, if they start to turn a little brown, I'm still gonna give it some time, because SPSs, as delicate as they are very rapid in recovering when you give them excellent water quality and when you give them the proper lighting. So I'm gonna give it some time, maybe a week or two, and see how well it does. If it doesn't start to recover, I'm gonna move them to the 90 gallon. Stay tuned for those updates. The Trumpet Coral, this one has been here for about a week now. By the way, this system is going to be 4 weeks old in like 3 days, I believe, for 3 or 4 days. So I was able to get away with adding all of these corals because, of course, we're talking about excellent quality live rock that came from a mature system. Aside from the Trumpet Coral here, this camera just does not capture these colors well. I'm gonna try taking a shot of it from afar, because the blue spectrum of this lighting, the camera just does not capture it well. So I've also added these purple and green mushrooms that you see here, and that's it for now. I also wanted to take the gold torch coral and bring them over here, but I said, you know what, that's an expensive piece. The gold torch corals are anywhere from 100 and up. You know, it's not like a regular torch coral that you can get for, say, $39.99 or something like that. So I said, you know what, let me just take it easy. During the past couple of days, I added the rock like 3 days ago, but I finished adding the corals today. I've been adding a piece at a time, you know, to kind of let the system stabilize, and it's just looking beautiful. A lot of major changes are going to happen to this system. This is too big of a pump. This is an MP, I'm sorry, not an MP40. It's a Coral 4 hooked up to a wave maker, but I'm going to be replacing that with the MP40. Now, there's a friend of mine's that he wants me to help him build a 200 gallon system that he has, acrylic. And he had a smaller 60 gallon cube system, and with that system he had a Aqua-C Remora skimmer. So he wants me to help him out. He says he'll pay me. I said, listen, let me get that skimmer, and I'll help you with everything that you need. He said, you got it. So he should be getting the rest of the equipment by about Wednesday. I'm gonna see if he lets me take a video of us working on the tank together, since it's gonna be 2 of us and 1 of us can hold the camera while we do some of the work, or I show you some of the updates. If not, then I'm sure he'll allow me to, so stay tuned for that video as well. But once I get that Remora, which I should get it by no later than Thursday or Friday of this week coming up, I'm gonna be very happy with it. I'm also gonna use this MaxiJet 1200 with the Remora, and I'm gonna go to Marine Depot and order a box. It's like an overflow box that covers the pump, and it'll take dirty water from the surface, which is where the nutrients and organics collect the most. Nowhere in the bottom of the tank. They usually go upwards, and that's why in reef systems we use overflow boxes. But you know, stay tuned for a lot of video updates I'm gonna do. I'm really content with the system, guys. Any questions, comments, concerns, advice, voice your opinion, hit me up if you want to. I'll be more than willing to accept your opinions and advice and take you up on it. So this has been yet another video by NewYorkSteelo, and I hope you've enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen. Have a very happy Saturday, and with that said, NewYorkSteelo signing out. Peace.